Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for January 2025. You have this Chaos and Conflict card in this Poised card. So the Chaos and Conflict card can be good or bad. It can say that you're either in Chaos and Conflict or you're coming out of it. What I would say is you have this Poised card, which is very good. One of my favorite cards in that deck. There's this lady, and she's kind of like being lifted up on this pedestal here, and it says that she is, poised and ready for success, or she's being lifted up into a more successful time in her life. So we'll have to see what comes up with all the cards here, but it does look to me like you could be being lifted up at this time. This guy here is also standing on a pedestal on the Three of Pentacles, and we will definitely talk about that. But you start with the Two of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Empress. And the Two of Swords can represent this or that thinking. And so the thing with the Two of Swords is that she has a blindfold on, and I'll show you that in just a second. But the blindfold kind of says that she needs to realize that, first off, she needs to trust her intuition. So the blindfold kind of says that she needs to listen to her intuition or her inner voice. It also says that if she kind of puts her swords down and she takes her blindfold off, that she will see that there is another option over here. You always get the Two of Swords with me or the Eight of Swords. They're both kind of similar because they both kind of say that there are other solutions to the things that you're dealing with. But again, I like to remind people that these don't have to be bad things either. Things can be going well in a certain area of your life, and the Two of Swords can just say there's a way to make it better. So, again, I would be, paying attention to all areas of your life with the Two of Swords and be looking for ways to improve it or simplify or be more efficient with the things that you're doing. And that's what I would pay attention to here. Next, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands can represent marriage, but again, I wouldn't really say that, there's a little bit of love here, so there could be love, but I would say that this is more talking about freedom or setting yourself free, because usually with the Four of Wands, we have to complete one thing, and we have to cross through this portal here in the middle and go celebrate with the people on the other side of the Four of Wands. And you have the Three of Cups right here, which is another card of celebration. So there could be like some sort of celebration or, opportunity for you to complete something at the beginning of the year here. And, you could be celebrating bringing an end to something that, this could be like the end of a project or, the end of an issue or a challenge or whatever. You have the Empress. The Empress, of course, is a very good energy. A little bit of glow-up vibes going on here because you have that Poised card. You also have the Star. And, of course, you have the Empress. So, this is very good for attention or getting attention. You also have the Three of Cups and the Three of Pentacles. So, with those two cards plus, all these other attention cards, I would say that it would be an amazing time for you to try to stand out for any reason at all, whatever it is that you want. The Three of Pentacles is a great card for getting extra attention at work or for doing something that makes you stand out in work. Three of Cups is more social, obviously. So again, you could be, you are a Leo. So you probably are the life of the party, right? And, I would just continue to be the life of the party is what I'll say there. So that looks very good. But let's see what else we get for you here, Leo. And this deck's getting a little old, so it's not working. With the Two of Swords, you have the Death card. Yeah, something needs to change. The Two of Swords basically says you can't stay where you are forever. It's kind of one of those cards that says if you're not, if you're not growing, you're not. I don't know. I felt like I don't know what I was going to say after that, Leo. I was going to say something. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm a little bit punchy today. But anyway, I think that if you're not growing, then you're just going to feel stuck. And I feel like the Death card is encouraging progress. And I would also say the Four of Wands is kind of encouraging progress. Usually we have come to like some sort of finish line in life with the Four of Wands, and we have to cross the finish line to, continue to, to have the celebration in the first place, but also to continue growing. So, that's what I'll say there. With the Four of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. Some of you could be sad about love. Like if you don't have it, you could just be feeling it at the beginning of the year. But if you want it, I feel like it's clearly available to you. Three of Cups, Ace of Cups. We have the King and Queen of Pentacles here, which are great. So, the Three of Swords says there's really, some of you I do feel could be feeling lonely or something like that. I don't think this is true for all of you, but for some of you I feel it. For others, this is a card of forgiveness. So sometimes we just have to forgive the past with the Three of Swords and move on. And again, the Four of Wands says that you have to cross that finish line. So maybe you need to finish a healing here, and that could help you cross the finish line so you can get something you actually want. With the Empress, you have the Ten of Wands. This is like way too much hard work. The Empress does not work hard, right? She is the card of efficiency. She just waves that scepter in front of her, and the wheat in front of her grows. So the Ten of Wands would be doing things the hard way. And I feel like I've been saying this to you all year, all of 2024, that, really the readings have really been encouraging Leo to focus on being efficient, or have been, telling you to focus on coming up with more efficient ways of doing things. And I think if you do that, obviously, things will improve and things will get better. But the Two of Swords and the Ten of Swords in this reading, and also the King of Pentacles, really, the King of Pentacles is coming up in your challenge position. And I don't want to skip too far ahead, but I will just say that the King of Pentacles is a card of convention. So he does things the same way forever. And the Two of Swords is kind of similar. So, I think like a little bit of a hack for you this year would just be to upgrade your skills. Whatever it is you do for work or business or whatever you've been trying to do for love or your health or anything else, just learn something new, right? Just that simple. Next, we are going to look at what you can do to have the best start in 2025 in January. You have the Soul Family card. It says, prepare to meet those who share a similar frequency level as you. Three of Cups, for sure. You have this Crow Spirit. It says, you'll soon receive news that will bring some blessed experiences into your life. Damn. That is very good here, Leo. I love it. So definitely could be some blessed experiences or some happiness coming in for you. And I think this is going to be a good thing. I would definitely encourage you to socialize. Again, I don't really think this is a problem for Leo, but Three Cups is, a card of socializing, having fun. I think this could also represent getting positive attention. I also think this could represent allowing people to help you on anything that you're trying to accomplish. Going from the Three of Cups to the King of Pentacles to the Fool here, there could be a person in your life who has really good ideas for, whatever it is you do in life. And, again, it might be a good time to like work with another person. And I always say like, we don't have to like hire people or anything like that, but, having an accountability partner or just having that person to bounce ideas off of, I kind of get that feeling from this King of Pentacles, that this could just be a person that you bounce ideas off of, and it could be really helpful. You have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being really happy. So I would do more things that cause flow. I am not even kidding when I say pretty much everyone has had the Ace of Cups in this row. So clearly, it is a row where, or it is a year where the universe wants everyone to be focused on getting into the flow. Life will never be perfect, of course, but, for the most part, are you doing things that give you more energy? And if the answer is yes, then good. And I don't even think we have to be perfect. It could be like 51% of the time you're doing things that really give back to you, but maybe, the 49% you are giving to things that aren't really that fulfilling, because we all have shit to do in life, of course. We all have burdens. We all have certain things that we can't avoid, certain obligations and things like that. But, again, for the most part, are you in the flow? And if the answer is yes, then things will go well. You have the Ten of Swords. I think you're drawing a big line through your past life is kind of what I feel here. And, what I mean is everything up through 2024. The Ten of Swords says everything in the past is in the past. And the whole point of the Ten of Swords is that this guy needs to realize that he is dead and that he needs to get up off the ground and undergo a transformation. He's making this symbol with his hands here, and that symbol represents a blessing in disguise. So it really could be a blessing for him to completely let go of the past and move forward. And, again, the whole entire reading kind of says that. The Four of Wands with the Three of Swords, all of that stuff. With the Three of Cups, you have the Strength card. You showing up, like I said, I think, get ready for attention here, Leo. I think that a lot of people could want your attention, not just in January, but probably the whole year. So you really could be standing out, and I think this is good. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Empress. Definitely, glow up vibes. For me to call this a glow up reading, I really need the Sun. To me, the Sun, the Star, the Empress, those three together is what represents a glow up, or, kind of really glowing up. But like I said, I think like the better you take care of yourself, the better you treat yourself, those things are going to make you glow this year. So Empress to me is all about self-care. all about healing and all that other good stuff. So I think that would be best. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords. You've been getting this card with me a lot as well. The Knight of Swords says no rushing. So no jumping to conclusions, no rushing with anything that you're working on or you're doing. I don't really feel this is saying much other than, take your time this year on everything that you work on, and I feel like you will be fine. Next, we are going to look at the challenges this year, at the beginning of the year, and how you can overcome them. You have this synchronicity card and this passion card. So, maybe one of the challenges is that you need to pay attention to synchronicities and the signs that you're getting. I talk to a lot of people, obviously, and a lot of the times, like over the years, I've just heard from people where they're like, I've been asking the universe for a sign, and I keep seeing these repeating numbers, and the other day a bird pooped on my head, and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, like, how many more signs does the universe have to send you? Right? So I feel like this is saying like one is enough. If you ask for a sign and you get it, then it's a sign. And so trust the synchronicities. The passion card is, some of you I feel could be trying to do something you're more passionate about. Again, I would say, like, if I was being super critical about this reading, the Two of Swords would say to me that you're feeling stuck. You're feeling stuck in what you're doing, or you're feeling stuck in life, and there are things, what I would say here is that I feel there are things that you very clearly want in life. And it's like from here to getting it is just looks very far away to me. Like if I put myself in your shoes, it just looks like really far away. And so that can really, bring you down. And so I feel that this is kind of like saying, with those cards and also the Three of Pentacles, that you need to kind of like work together with other people, start putting in the work, and I think that gap will be closing much faster than you think. But I do feel a little bit of that kind of like frustration energy as far as the passion thing is concerned, because, it's like there might be things you're doing that you kind of like are obligated to do that you're not necessarily passionate about. It's like, sometimes, I don't know, we get like sucked into a job and really we can't find anything else, and it's like we have to do it because we need money to survive, but we're also not passionate about it. So I think that can make those gaps look farther apart, if that makes sense. And so again, we're also looking at the solutions here, and so I think one of the solutions is going to be to get other people to help you with your vision. These two people here are supporting his vision. They are helping him create those Three Pentacles. So I think finding the right people to lift you up is going to be, it's kind of like a challenge, but also something you need to do. I feel that most fire signs have had issues with people over the past few years, working with people, family members, things like that. And so you might not want to work with other people, but I think you need to learn, you need to look at what you didn't see in those things that didn't work and apply it so that you can work with the right people. And, that's what the Three of Pentacles is saying. It's like both a challenge and a solution. You have the King of Pentacles. The challenge with the King of Pentacles is doing the same thing over and over again. He does what works. He does what has always worked, and there really is nothing wrong with that. But the King of Pentacles, always encourages me that to like 80% of the time, do what works. Just do what has always worked. But like 20% of the time, try something new, try something different, experiment, and see what happens. He needs to break free from convention, and I think that will help you the most with the King of Pentacles. You have the Star. So the Star is a pretty good card. I would say, if I was being, again, super critical of the reading, that the Star in a challenge position could say that you do need to take care of yourself more. So Empress, twice, right? All about self-care. The Star says that there are moments that you need to chill out and relax and take care of yourself, right? So, it kind of gives me the vibes also with the Knight of Swords right next to it, that to avoid trying to force things to work, where you get into those situations where you say, I need to make this happen or else, I feel like this is more encouraging being in that allowing energy, that receptive energy of the Empress would be much, much better with the Star. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, really good cards here. It's a really good reading, Leo. But I would say the challenge with the Ten of Pentacles is too much. Like we were talking about the gap between like where you are and what you want, right? And when you have like too much stuff in there that you want, then it can become overwhelming. And the easy way to do the Ten of Pentacles in a challenge position is one thing at a time. And, I think that if you're trying to do too much, then that could be a little bit of a challenge. If you're trying to do too much on your own with the Three of Pentacles, needing to get help, then that can be a challenge. So I think, teamwork is kind of the solution here. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands would be focus. I actually feel this is a solution. Like focusing, like I said, on one thing at a time will make things happen faster, not slower. So, one thing at a time. With the Star, you have the Judgment card. Yeah, Judgment is, again, really good. Judgment, as a challenge, could say that you're still in the past. So these people are standing in these coffins, and the coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life, and they need to let go of the past completely. It's funny that I said that with the Ten of Swords, that it's almost like you're drawing a line through everything before, from 2024 back. And, I really feel that a lot of you, could be changing your story, which is a story that comes up a lot for fixed signs, that you fixed signs could really be working on the story of your life, like changing it. And I think the Judgment card is saying, it's not really like you're starting anything over. You could be, but I'm saying like I don't think that's what the reading is trying to say. It's not trying to say like, oh, you have to scrap everything you've done in life and like completely start over. I think it's just talking about your story, like the story that you've always told yourself. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this hummingbird spirit. It says, be here, be now. You have this koi fish. It says there's always enough. So amazing. The hummingbird can also represent getting to your reward. Hummingbirds, they go on long journeys to get to their nectar. So you've been on this long journey, which is clear in this reading. And now you could be finally getting your gift or your rewards for the hard work. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Fool. The Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness, but in the area of the good stuff, the Queen of Pentacles literally could say you are increasing your resources or you are making more money. So definitely a good card to get here. I do think that you are going to be more resourceful. I also think that it just kind of feels to me like you are accomplishing more this year. So, again, that is also a good thing. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is like fulfillment or wish fulfillment. So, clearly you could be having some sort of wish that's being fulfilled. The Nine of Cups is also kind of like a very relaxed position. Again, there's something about that in this reading. It's like really saying to me that the more you can be in that energy of like acting as if you already have something, then the more likely it's going to be that you are going to have whatever it is that you're wishing for. And we have the Star as well, which is a great wish card. So I think getting into that space of allowing and not forcing and also like not worrying about things will be helpful. You have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a risk or taking a leap of faith in towards some sort of new beginning. And clearly there, could be some sort of new beginning coming in for you this year. And so I like to see that as well. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups. King of Cups is about having explored your emotions to a very deep level. Now, and again, there could be love coming in for you because we have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. So I like the King and Queen of Pentacles because they're like two people who want to build something permanent. They're two people who really want to put the work in and make something happen. And the King of Cups would be kind of the emotional part of it. So there could be a person that you're going to have a very strong emotional connection to. I dropped two cards. You have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups. So normally I say that 2 sevens represents internal fears that don't exist, but this is coming up in the good stuff. So you could be overcoming some sort of fear, and that could be allowing you to get a wish, which is great. The Seven of Swords is kind of like a card of doing things differently. And again, it's very similar to that Two of Swords. It just says we need to try to accomplish something in a different way. Seven of Pentacles, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is it worth it to do things in the way that you're doing them, or is there a better way? And so I would just be looking at all ways you can accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish. With the Fool, you have the Hermit. The Hermit, I feel like you are kind of feeling more social this year to me. We already talked about it. So some of you could just be, feeling more social or coming out of hermit mode. The Hermit can also say that you have found your inner light. You have found the thing in your life that makes you special. And now you could be shining your inner light even with that card, which is also great. You have this bell card. It says announcement on it. Some of you could be making announcements this year. I don't know. I think it's all coming from you. I think that you're the one that's putting things out. I mean, all these cards, poised, the 2 3s, the Hermit. It's like you are the one that is sharing things with the world. You have this beetle. It says good fortune on it. So definitely it looks like a very good reading for January. So, it could be very fortunate. You have this rabbit. It says too much concern with sexual matters. I would be careful of any past people at the beginning of the year, but so if you have anyone that was like this in the past, then might be something you want to avoid. You have this woman. It says dealings or relationships with a woman. You have a sunrise card. It says new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. Yes. I would say this whole entire reading is like saying that you are poised, you are ready for a fresh start. It is a fresh start reading. You end with the Fool, and so we kind of basically said that you are starting over, even though I don't really feel like you're starting. It's not like you're really starting over, but I do think that there is a little bit of that energy going on here, and I think the woman is just you. Even if you're not a woman, sometimes I feel like those cards are just saying, the person that I'm talking to, the person I'm reading for. You have this ladder. It says climbing towards success. Yes, definitely looks like a successful reading. So this is amazing, Leo. Love it. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.